Hi again, welcome to another video, and it's update time again. It's beginning of June, so this is the May update of what I've been doing in the unit and in my shed, all the projects and that. I've done a bit, but not a huge amount. Work's been pretty busy. I'm a gardener, that's my day job, so this time of the year it's really busy. I haven't even had time to have a haircut. You can see my hair's getting quite bushy, but it hasn't really been that warm yet, so I'm keeping my bushy hair until it warms up a bit. Hopefully it's got to warm up soon. We've had a few nice days, but not many. I want a prolonged spell of nice weather. Anyway, I'll turn you around now and I'll talk you through the projects and what I've done on them in the last month, or what I haven't done on them. I've done a bit, so yeah, we'll have a look at them now. So we'll start with the Wagon Polo Mark II bread van. I've done a few bits and pieces on this. I've done that. You can see what I've done under there. I've painted the suspension leg up. That wasn't the intended plan. I was just going to change the discs to the new ones I had in the boot and put new pads on. But when I started to take it apart, I couldn't get a disc off because the old screw wouldn't come undone. So I had to land up breaking that by wiggling the disc. So I had to drill out and rethread that. And then when I got the disc off, behind that a splash guard was all rusty, so I decided to change them as well, and the bolts wouldn't come undone, so it was easier to take the leg off and cut the bolts off and then drill them through and rethread them. I've done all of that this side now. I'm going to take you through the other side when I get on with that, but I haven't got to that stage quite yet. And I must apologise to whoever makes splash guards, because they're pattern parts, and I did a little update video of this Polo and I moaned about them not fitting. I had them on the wrong way round. Yes, a silly error on my behalf, but I turned it round and they're fine. So sorry to whoever made the pattern parts. They were good fit. Apart from I did have to elongate a hole, so they weren't 100%, but in my defence, the suspension leg was off at the time and I didn't have the disc at home, and I was rushing a bit as well. But anyway, I am only human. Everybody makes mistakes. So yeah, anyway, it's looking good now. I've got the caliper at home. I've actually got the other part where the caliper bolts to that first. I've got that in the Land Rover now, so I might just bolt that back on today. But this side is practically done under there. I've got the replacement wings. The one for this side is up my dad's at the moment. He said he might undercoat it for me this week. I'll have to chase him up with that because I do need it on here. I don't care if it's an undercoat, because I do want to get this for an MOT quite soon. I think I probably said that last month. Another month's gone and we haven't got that done, but we are getting nearer. I've started to take the wing off the other side. The problem I had with that is I've got to take the door off. So I really need someone here to help me when I take the door off, because I just don't want it dropping, and then I can change that wing. And the wing I've got for that is up here, and that is the right colour. It isn't perfect, but it's the same colour. And it's not rusty around there or there. A little bit of surface rust around the edge, but I'm not too bothered about that. So that one can go straight on for the moment. It may come off in the future and have all them little bits sorted. But someone did mention in the comment they bought a new pair of wings from Euro Car Parts, and I didn't realise they'd stock them. I just didn't think they'd stock them for a car this old. So I never looked there. But anyway, I'm still happy to go with the original ones. And the two I've got are original Volkswagen wings, so I am keeping it more original by putting these replacement ones on what I've got. I've also bought some new wiper blades. The ones I bought said they were Hella, but they've sent me Bosch, which I'm not bothered about because Bosch wiper blades are good. So I can get them fitted before I take this for an MOT. I have managed to track down a part for this here, which is rusty. It's rusty up beyond, I've mentioned it before I think, beyond in the rubber for the windscreen, so the screen's going to have to come out, but someone has cut me out a part from a scrap one of these cars, and yeah, it's on its way. So I can fix that. Probably won't do that before the MOT, but at some stage I'll have to take the window out and yeah, sort of cut the bad out and weld it in, and then just smooth it over with some filler. But as it's curved around there a bit and there's a bit of a profile in there, it was much easier to buy a part. And you don't seem to be able to buy this part brand new. I couldn't find it anywhere. So by doing that, I've only got to sort of do a more sort of localized repair around there. And I would imagine under there it is a bit rusty. But yeah, that'll be a job for the future, but not quite yet. Inside, it isn't actually undone at the moment, but I did attempt to fit a radio, which I bought off of eBay. It was a Blaupunk one, I think I pronounced that right, because I wanted one of them because they're German and it goes with the Volkswagen being German. But I plugged it in and smoke come out the top, so that's been returned. All the plugs were right for it and everything. It's just, the radio must have been faulty. It was an old radio, but it was like new old stock, so I have my suspicions that someone had plugged it in, done something to it and then tried to sell it. But I'm gonna buy a different one. It's still gonna probably be Blaupunk, but I haven't ordered that yet. Is there anything else I've done on this? I've got it running pretty good. That was in the last video of this. There's still a few more bits I want to do to it under the bonnet. I've got some oil on order. I've already got a filter. I can't undo the bonnet, I don't think, at the moment. No, it's locked. But there's a few other bits, and there's another video still to come of something I've done under the bonnet. That's already been done, so that'll be up in next week or so. But apart from that, I don't think it's too bad at all. Just got to do that other side suspension leg, because I've got to paint it now really to have it matching. So I want the other side like this. I think it's looking nice and smart. So I'm going to get on with that, get them wings changed. Put the wipers on, which is a quick job. Oh, and you notice I've took the bumper off as well. I had to do that to start taking this wing off. This wing actually might be loose at the front. Yeah, it is quite loose. It looks really nice from there, that wing, but the rot was getting in there and down there as well. So it's going to be a smart little car eventually. There's going to be an odd few bits that are going to still need to be done, but I need to get out of the unit and get it on the road so I can use it a bit. Can't do everything on it. I just haven't got time to do everything on it to get it perfect, not at the moment. But enough about the Polo at the moment. Like I said, there's another video coming up on that, and then there will be the one sorting out the brakes and that this side, and painting the suspension leg and all that sort of thing. So yep, that's to look forward to. So we'll move on to the VW T4 now. Haven't done much on this at all, but I did seam seal in there just over my welds, and I have just this, well, 10 minutes ago before I started this video, just painted that with red oxide. I would have gone further up, but it just does need a bit of a wash. So that's looking quite smart in there. You don't see none of that anyway, but I'll coat it with some white metal paint over the top. It doesn't even matter if it's the same color of the van or not. It's just going to be white and tidy. And then I've got to get cracking on with this rust issue really. My next job on this is to take the sill off, and then I'll start cutting bits out, and then yeah, get cracking on with this. But they're still behind us, the Sprinter, so that's still priority to get the Sprinter done ahead of this. So basically I'm working on the Sprinter and the Polo more than anything else at the moment. But there's a couple of little jobs to do under here. I might have mentioned it before. I need to put this pipe on. This is off my old engine because it's leaking oil. Oh, you can't even see in there hardly. Right there. It's quite tight in there. And there was a water hose that leaked. But apart from that, I think the mechanical side of it, what I've done, the engine conversion, is all pretty good. But obviously I've got to test it first, which I haven't been able to do because I found all the rust. And there's the same to do this side. I apologise if you're a regular to my channel and I'm going over the same thing, but there are new people that may not see what I've got to do on this. So yeah, I've got to sort of put it out there. So yeah, same there, all right in there, and the outrigger is off this side, which I've done videos of that. So if you haven't seen none of that, pop back through my videos and you can watch me taking the outriggers off and welding that one on and doing various other bits on this van. The whole, well, a lot of the engine conversion I recorded as well, and they're all on my video lists as well. So there's plenty to watch on this VW T4 van. I'm missing it. I'd like to get it back on the road, but I've just got to be patient and wait. And if I can go out and earn money at the moment, it's just going to make it much, much better for winter time. I can have more time up here. But I'm jogging along okay with the videos at the moment. I'm keeping them regular, some are longer than others, but yeah, I'm making progress, just little progress, just a little job like that there. It's just a little job done. I've come up here. It's quiet up here at the moment. No one's next door because they're only up in the weekend. So yeah, just a little job there. Now that's been painted. So I can come up next time and just paint it white, and then that'll be that bit done. So it's just little bits like that. And I tried to stick with sort of one project or two projects at the most, but I can't work like that. I jump from one to the other, but that's just the way I am. So you'll have to bear with me on that. We've come around to this one again, the Subaru. But I've just put a video up of my Land Rover Defender 90. It's got a lot of rust issues. It's a massive project, really. A chassis change is quite a big thing to do. But I want that Land Rover where the Subaru is. But I can't really move the Subaru unless I push it because it's empty of oil. The sump's got a hole in it. I've got a new sump to put on it, but I don't want to start putting oil in it again before I change the sump because it's just got to drip dry again and everything. I don't want to do that. So that is priority really, to get this on the ramps. I haven't got a low profile jack. I'm not sure whether I'll get my higher one under. I might try, and then if I can get it on the ramps, I can get on with that. Not a massive job, but I want to change the front part of the exhaust as well at the same time. And I have got some money to buy one of them at the moment. I think I said I was going to buy a low profile jack last month, but that hasn't happened. But if I can borrow one just to do this job, then I can get the Subaru running again. And then that could possibly come out as well. But at least I can move it because I want the Land Rover here just so I can chip away at that. And with that, because I've got to strip so much of the Land Rover off, I need to build some sort of area above, whether it be up there or up there, to store the bits like the wings, the front panel. I can't just have them scattered around in here. They need to be up high. I've got so much roof space in here. So even if I can sort of do a bit of a bodge sort of area, just so I can put things up high so they're out of the way. Not heavy stuff, but you know, body panels and that, because it has got to be stripped right down, that Land Rover, to do the work on it. It's going to cost a small fortune, but I really like that. The three keepers are the VW T4, don't want to part with that. The Subaru, I don't want to part with that. And the Land Rover 90 Defender, I don't want to part with that. They are the three definite keepers. I don't want to part with the others either, but I would say I'd probably consider in time, after I've had some use out of it, probably consider selling that if I replaced it with something else I wanted. And the same with some of the other things I've got as well. But this one, Subaru and the Land Rover 90 are definite keepers. I don't want to sell them. Wouldn't even contemplate selling them anytime soon. So yeah, so I need the Defender in that corner because I need that tucked right out of the way so it's not in the way of getting on with other stuff. So now let's get on to the Mercedes Sprinter. I haven't done as much on this as I'd like to in the last month, but last Friday I did get up here, and that's a day I like to come up the unit, at least half of Friday, to get on with stuff. And I did finish the bottom of the internal part of the door. That's working well now. I've just done a video of that. That was a video that was on Thursday. So if you want to watch that, I have moved on a little bit since that video because you can see the door's back on and it is painted. But I'm not going to go any more into that because there'll be another video coming up on this door. But you can see it is looking much, much better now. And then I've got to get cutting on this rear arch and get that replaced. Then I've got a couple of holes. I've got one in the sill and one under there that goes through to where the step is, so I've got to weld them up. Then I think I could probably take it for an MOT then when the door's done, that arch is done, a bit of welding's done. I think the other side is okay, but I will just check. And then I can get this one back on the road and my dad can have the transit, and then yeah, I'll be back with the Sprinter again, which I do prefer the Sprinter, but the transit's been all right. But that's where we're at up here. As for the small stuff, we've only got one up here now, one two-wheel vehicle up here, and that is, well, I've got bikes up here, but two-wheel with an engine. That's just Yamaha SR125. I keep getting tempted to take this one home and get on with it and change the engine, but I'm not really in a hurry for it. I don't really need it at the moment. It can just sit there. It's not doing no harm sitting behind a Polo. So yeah, at the moment, that's just going to stay where it is. I have took the little Yamaha NEOS home, which was getting right in my way over here. I think it was parked there in the last video. When I got the Yamaha NEOS home, I didn't know where the key was. I wasn't sure whether it even had a key. I couldn't remember. So I looked back on my videos and its shoe, it had a key in it. So when I did the reveal of that, it did actually have a key. And I thought, why have I put that? Why have I even took it out? Who'd really want to nick it? It's in a bit of a state. But I remembered I got a little bit just above my door and I tucked the key up there. It was just, yeah, all of a sudden, a little bell went in my head and I remembered. And I thought, I'll go and look there, and it was there. So, and believe it or not, that thing starts first kick. It's probably the roughest two-wheel vehicle I've got, and it starts so easy and it runs so nice. But that's going to be broken up for spares in time. But before I break that, Laura's going to have a little go on that round my dad's, because she's never ridden a twist and go moped, and it'll be ideal for her to have a go on it round where my dad lives, to get a bit of practice. And then after that, I'll break it for parts and then, yeah, part it out, because the engine is good and it's got some other good parts on it. It's got a good front tyre and various other bits and pieces. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother repairing that. It's not really worth it. But have a practice on it is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave it up the unit and I'll take it to my shed and we'll just chat through what's going on in there. So now I'm in the shed at home. I've just had a bit of a tidy up in here. There's not too much going on in here at the moment, but I'll turn you around and show you what I have been doing. The easiest way is if I work from this corner around the shed. So I'll start with this random wheel in front of us. That's off my beaver tail trailer. You may have seen it in the past. It may be on my other channel. I'm not sure, but I have shown it once or twice. That is, I believe, 14 foot long by 6 foot. I was gonna do some work on it and I was going to actually make it a little bit lower and change the wheels on it, but I'm not sure I'm going to go that way now. I might be doing something altogether different. So the trailer may be sold. My dad seems quite interested, so he may buy that off me if I do sell it. So yeah, there may be something happening in the future instead of the trailer, but we'll just see how that goes. Funds won't allow for that at the moment, but if I can sell some bits and pieces, which seems very slow this year, yeah, there may be something going on with trailers type things and that. So I'll just leave it there at the moment. There I have my Puch Maxi that's on the road. I got that out the shed behind where I am now, and I did start it up quickly and it did start. I'm going to do a video of it and I'm going to do a ride out on that before I change the engine, because I'm going to fit the engine that's up here. So I did some work on fairly recently, and I want to see what that engine's like now I've done a few little upgrades on it. But the one in the Puch anyway is a little bit rattly. It could just be the clutch, it could be a bearing, I'm not sure. But all I did when I bought this Puch probably 3 or 4 years back is just basically recommission it so it could go on the road, put new tyres on it. I sorted out the brakes, lubed everything up, cleaned it all up, got it running and just used it because it wasn't too bad. But I do think that engine could need just a look at. So if I get it out, put the other one in it, and then I've got time to just play around with this one to see if I can, well, I'll probably put bearings and that in it, actually. I'll probably just do that. But it can still be used because the other engine will be in it. So that's the plan with that. We still have the Yamaha YBR in here. I'm not going to go too much into this because there'll be a final video of this. But the MOT retest didn't go great. But I'm going to explain all when the final video goes up. But it is more or less ready now. I've painted the wheels today. They're a bit of a pain to paint, but I've run out of polish and I want to just revive the black bits on it as well. So I'm going to buy some plastic reviver stuff. And yeah, it's looking pretty smart. But like I said, there'll be a final video on this. On my motorcycle lift at the moment, there's just a lawnmower. That Puch will probably be the next one on it. I'll just do the ride out video and then that'll be on it to change the engine over. And then afterwards, not sure what's going to be on there then. It could be the monkey bike, the little Honda ST50, or it could be the SR125, the Yamaha SR125. Not sure yet. I'll just see how things go. Down there, I picked up a job lot of stuff the other day. Not a very big job lot, but this welder was in it. And yeah, I plugged it in and it sort of works, but there's a bit missing. It's like the knob that tightens up the spool with the wire on. I haven't connected it to gas or anything. I just plugged it in just to see if it sort of made any noises, and it does. I could do a little video on that if you want. I'm going to buy the part for it. It's like the basically like the twist nut really to hold the spool on, but I think you have to buy the whole sort of kit for it. It's only about $8.99 for the whole thing anyway, like a universal one. But if you want to see a video of me just seeing if this works, yeah, write in the comments if you do, and then we'll get that on the bench and have a little look at that. On the bench we have the engine for that ST50, the Honda ST50, and I've got that apart. I'm not going to tell you nothing about that because there's a video coming up on it. Well, there's going to be more than one. Part 1 is already done, and there'll be a part 2 and maybe a part 3 on that engine, but you can see it's apart at the moment. So it's another video. Part 1 should be up in the next week or so. So yeah, look out for that one. So yeah, that's about all that's going on in the shed really at the moment. There's still quite a lot of stuff in here, but I have had a bit of a tidy up and it's better than it was an hour or so ago. Oh, and also the other purple Puch frame, the Puch I stripped down probably a couple of months or so ago now. That project had sort of stopped, but I have started to clean the fuel tank out on it. I was going to film that and do a video of that, but there's such an awkward tank to do because they're built in with the body. So I'm just going to get on with cleaning that tank off camera. But what I am going to do is look out for a rusty fuel tank, one that's easier to put my bore scope in. So I'll be able to show you how bad it looks to begin with and then how good it looks afterwards. I did a video once before, which I will put in the description, link in the description and in the comments below. But I want to do a better one. I just want to find the right sort of fuel tank and one that's nice and rusty, and then I'll do another video because I'd like to improve the one I did before. So yeah, once the tank is cleaned up on that other Puch frame, I can think about sandblasting the frame then, and then looking at whatever paint I want to put on it. So yeah, there's something going on with that in the background, but you ain't going to see that quite yet until I probably do some sandblasting on it. But that project is ongoing, so it's not just been give up on. It will be happening. And like I said earlier, the engine is already done. It's here, but I'm going to just trial that out on the other Puch, like I mentioned. So I think that's about it. I've been up the unit today, got on with a few bits and pieces as well, but that'll be in the next month's update, and there'll be more videos coming up from up the unit with the Polo, hopefully the T4 this month, Sprinter definitely. So yeah, I want to get on quite a lot. Busy times with work, but I want to try and make the most of my time, especially when the weather's good. Much more nicer to get on with things when the weather's good. It's like them wheels on the Yamaha YBR. It's lovely outside today. I just took my time, masked them up around the tyre and then painted them. It was really nice. So yeah, we're in for a decent spell of weather at the moment by the look on my weather app. So I can get quite a lot done, hopefully. But my day job makes me tired, so I've got to just not get in that chair when I get home, because I'll nod off then. When I get home, I just, yeah, got to crack on and get these things done while the weather's good. But then again, I have got the unit for the winter, so yeah, that is my backup. At least I can get all my stuff in the winter. But anyway, I don't want to think about winter at the moment. But anyway, I've gone on a bit too long now with this video, this update video. I've shown you what's going on and what's coming up. So I'm going to leave the video there. So I hope you've enjoyed this update video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be along with another video again soon. So bye for now.